The silence broke with a sound, like a mountain splitting apart.
His rage was a storm, lightning-guided and earth-shaking. Every strike carried the weight of 1,000 years of protection.
A densely populated tribe lives among crude huts, a rhythm the jungle has long accepted as part of itself.
Until that morning, when the air suddenly grew heavy in a way that felt wrong. Birds fled, and the earth began to tremble. 10 ancient giants emerged, their bodies towering above the canopy, skin rough like mountains.
While deep beneath mud, roots, and ancient stone, King Kong awakened.
Kong moved, step by step, towards the tribe, his massive form shielding the sky, a wall of fur and muscle against the invaders. There were no screams, only a tension stretched tight. Then, the first blow landed with the sound. Kong struck back. Every movement was calculated. Fists, kicks, and the raw power of the jungle's true king.
His rage was a storm, lightning-guided and earth-shaking.
Kong looked around with no triumph in his eyes, only the quiet gravity of a protector who had fulfilled his ancient vow.
He turned away and disappeared into the mist, leaving behind a wounded but living forest.
The silence broke with a sound, like a mountain splitting apart.
They were fast, but the Guardian was part of the jungle's own reflex. Every strike carried the weight of 1,000 years of protection. The forest itself became a weapon in his hands. Massive stone met ancient bone, shattering the resolve of the invaders. He moved with a grace that defied his massive scale. The earth trembled, bowing to its true sovereign. A collision of titans that could be heard for miles. Calculated, lethal, and unyielding. He was the shadow in the trees, the ghost of the primeval wild. No attack went unanswered. No movement was wasted. Pain only fueled the fire in his golden eyes. The invaders fought with desperation, but they faced a god. He knew their weaknesses. He knew how to bring down mountains. The village ruins became the graveyard of the giants. Using the jungle's own grip to choke the life from the threat. He commanded the very elements of his home. Primal power unleashed. No more mercy. There was no escape from the Guardian's reach. He adapted. He conquered. He survived. Every bone shattered was a lesson in trespassing. His skull was harder than the rocks they worshipped. Gravity was just another tool for the king. Forged in the fires of the village, reborn as a demon of justice. Their size was their weakness. Kong was the lever. Ancient history striking down ancient evil. The heartbeat heartbeat of the jungle was his own. One by one, the mountains fell. Only the king remained standing. The tribe watched from the shadows, caught between the wrath of giants and the mercy of a god. When the mountain falls, the earth remembers its true master.
For the first time in an eternity, the invaders felt something they had forgotten. Fear.
Behind the fury, there was a calculated tenderness, a guardian soul. There would be no retreat. The jungle does not forgive those who burn its heart.
The deep waters became a silent grave.
The elders spoke his name in whispers, a legend made flesh and bone. Desperation is a poor shield against the king's judgment. Their weapons were but pebbles against the storm. The very bones of the island rose up to claim them. The last of the 10 stood alone, a monument to a failed conquest. Let the survivor carry the tale. The Guardian is awake. The battle was over. The healing had begun. A silence fell, heavier than the roar, filled with a newfound peace. Victory is a heavy burden, even for a god. In the smallest gesture, the bond was sealed. Together, they rebuilt what was lost, under the shadow of the king.
The invaders became the soil, feeding the forest they tried to destroy.
The earth washed away the stains of the war.
The guardian of the primeval jungle stood watch once more.
His name became a song, a rhythm in the night. Even a god needs the touch of those he protects. The duty was done. The protector could finally rest. The jungle has a short memory for pain, but a long memory for its king.
Under the silver light, the world felt safe again.
They carved his image into the wood, so the children would never forget.
The harmony was restored, a delicate balance maintained by strength.
The heartbeat of the island was steady once more.
Morning smoke rose gently again, blending with the mist. The legend continues.
The stories began that night. Tales of a shadow that protected the light. The scars remained, but the spirit was renewed. He was more than a beast, more than a king. He was the island's conscience.
They marked the earth so the future would know who held the world together.
Even in silence, his presence was the rhythm of the primeval world.
The enemies of the past became the foundations for the beauty of the future.
He was a traveler in his own kingdom, a relic of an age of giants. Gratitude was the only currency the king accepted. He walked the boundaries of the known, keeping the darkness at bay. Two ancients sharing a moment of quiet in a world that never stops moving.
A language older than words, a bond deeper than blood.
To the tribe, he was the bridge between the earth and the heavens.
Every storm was a celebration of life's persistence.
He inspired a courage that the tribe never knew they possessed. To be a guardian is to be alone, yet never lonely. Art became the record of their survival. Years flowed like rivers, but the mountain remained unmoved.
Life always finds a way to continue the line of kings. The king's hand was as gentle as it was strong. Communication was a breath, a sigh, a sign of existence. The island was a living body, and he was its pulse.
Some places are meant to stay hidden, protected by the fog and the fury.
His voice was the thunder of the earth itself. They didn't say goodbye. They said, until we need you again.
Every wound was a map of a battle won for the innocent.
He looked at the stars and saw the ancestors of the giants he had laid to rest. Peace is not the absence of war, but the presence of a guardian.
The guardian of the primeval jungle. The first and the last. The legend never dies. It only waits.